Hi YouTube, this is Ultimate Baseball Kit here, and today I want to talk about Megalith, a new rock ritual archetype from the Chronicles of Glory. What makes Megalith interesting is the fact that, unlike most ritual monsters or decks, they do not require ritual spell cards to summon their ritual monsters. Instead, both level 8 Thor and Plague act as ritual spells for the Megalith monsters. In addition, the level 4 Megaliths, Haggith, Ophiel, and Och can ritual summon monsters from your hand, as long as they themselves are used as part of the ritual cost. I do want to note here though, that Och is a bit different, that it is a quick effect. So not only can you use it during your main phase, but you can also use it during your opponent's main phase, which will be important. Now, the only Megalith spell I am running is Megalith Portal. Portal is a field spell that allows you to add back one ritual monster from a graveyard whenever a Megalith monster special summon, once per turn. Now, most of the Megalith monsters have effects when ritual summoned. The Thor destroys cards up to the number of ritual monsters with different names in the graveyard. Belay has a continuous effect that it gives an omni boost to both attack and defense to all your monsters you control, equal to the number of ritual monsters in the graveyard times 300. Haggith will search for Megalith spells and traps in your deck and add them to your hand. Ophiel will search any Megalith monster and add them to your hand other than itself. And Megalith Och, when ritual summoned, will draw one card and discard one card. Now, the game plan for the deck, or rather the win condition, is very simple. Destroy your opponent's cards with the Thor, and then attack for game. If you are going first, the ideal board state that you want for this deck is to end with Och on your side of the field, boosted with level augmentation. This is because Och will allow you to summon the Thor on your opponent's main phase, destroying their field. So when the turn ends and it is back to you, you have the opportunity to attack for game over an open field. Now, the following are tech cards or core cards that could be added to the Megalith core already. Most importantly will be Senju. Now, Senju is great due to the fact that it can search almost any monster in the deck. It's also good because it's level 4, thus making it great tribute fodder for the ritual summons. In addition, it is the only normal summon in the deck. There is no other monster that will compete for Senju's normal summon. Now, behind Senju I have Cyber Angel Ben 10. Now, Ben 10 is great because, once again, its level is high enough to be used as tribute fodder for the level 4 Megalith monsters. In addition to that, when tributed, it will be able to add any of your Senjus from your deck to your hand, or other copies of Cyber Angel Ben 10. Now, last but not least, we have Block Dragon. Block Dragon is also great because due to this level, it is also be able to use for ritual summons. Its attack pairs very nicely with Thor, as its 2500 plus Thor's 1500 will equal 4000 damage. In addition to that, it has floating abilities. Thus, if for whatever reason it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add up to 3 rock type monsters from your deck, whose total levels will equal 8. So either 2 of your level 4 rock ritual monsters or 1 of your level 8s. I also like Block Dragon because it allows you to maximize the use of your graveyard. Now, even though you have Megalith Portal, you most likely are only going to resolve this card 2 to 3 times per duel, leaving many ritual rock monsters in the graveyard being untouched. Thus, can be used for the summon of Block Dragon, again pairing with the Thor to help hopefully lead into lethal. Now, I do want to talk about some potential alternatives or other replacements if you don't have all these cards available to you. One of which first came to mind was Concentrating Current. Now, Concentrating Current pairs very nicely with the Thor. As you can see, the Thor has 2600 defense, and add that to this 1500 attack will make it so that it's lethal for most games. In addition, if you do not have Block Dragons or don't have multiple copies of Block Dragon, good alternatives could be Gigantus, Rock Spirit, or Gaia Plate the Giant, the Earth Giant. This being because Rock Spirit and Gigantus do not compete with the Senju normal summon, and you'll be able to find opportunities to have the Thor, Senju, and either Gigantus or Rock Spirit on the field, thus also making it potential for lethal. There are some upsides for Gaia Plate over Block Dragon. One, having its attack higher than Block Dragon. Two, it has less of a cost to actually get it out onto the field. And in addition to that, whenever it battles a monster, it actually halves the attack and defense of that monster that it battles with. The only reason I do not prefer Gaia Plate over Block Dragon is because Gaia Plate, you have to summon it from the hand. As Block Dragon, you can either summon it from the hand or the graveyard. So if you use Block Dragon as part of its tribute cost for Ritual Summon, it will be okay. Now, if you do not have additional copies of the Thor, I did figure potential replacements could be Earth Chant, as this can be used for any Earth Ritual monster. Now, the downside of this is that you have to have the exact levels that equal to whatever you're going to Ritual Summon. If you're planning to use Earth Chant, I would recommend level duplication over level augmentation, as it would probably guarantee that you have the correct level to summon whichever ritual monster you want to summon using the Earth Chant. Last but not least, I did want to mention Ritual Forgone. Now, this is not a ritual summon, it is a special summon. But if for whatever reason you're finding yourself you're not getting into your level 8s, or you're just having too many level 4 ritual monsters in your hand, this can help you get started. At least get the first level 4 ritual monster out of your hand, and thus allowing you to go into the other level 4s potentially in your hand to start searching and adding cards to your hand from your deck. Now again, this is a special summon, so a lot of the Megalith monsters effects will not trigger due to the fact that they need to be ritual summoned. In all, I did find this deck pretty fun, although it is very linear, as its game plan is you need to destroy the field with the Thor and hopefully put enough damage on the field to win per game. You will find yourself that resources deplete very easily in this deck. You will probably be able to resolve the Thor's effect once, twice, maybe 3 times. That third time would be pushing it very much, and the longer the games go, the less advantage you will have. In addition, the rough gem cost for this deck, if you do not have any of these cards at all, would be total up to 45,000 gems. That is if you're going to go through Chronicles of Glory, if you're going to go through the Guardians mini box, and you're going to go through New Impact for the Senjus. And this is, again, assuming that you had to go through the entire box, and the cards that you need happen to be in the very last pack of the box. Again, I also want to note that that this deck has a hard time going second, that it gets disrupted very easily with many decks, such as Dark Magician, or even with common cards as Phoenix Chain, as negating monster effects will severely hurt this deck, as there's basically only one spell card in this deck. But other than that, I just do want to say that I did have fun making this deck, and I hope that you did enjoy my Megalith overview, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.